Hi everyone. Today we are doing Module 7, Lesson 10. So we skipped 8 and 9. Today we also have a little bit of a difficulty because, as you know from our last lesson, you were supposed to have Metronimos in person to use in the lesson. Today you're also supposed to have some materials in person, but we're going to do our best to kind of move past that and still make it work, even though we don't have those materials. So on today's problem set, you'll see that it asks you to trace a square, use red crayon, tracing shapes and things like that. I wasn't able to actually give you the shapes you are going to need, so I'm going to draw it on the whiteboard and you'll use that to help you with the problems. So the main concept that we are learning today is perimeter versus area. I'm going to show you on the whiteboard what I mean by that. So if we take a regular square, let's say I do a green square. I think in the problem set it's asking you to use blue, but I don't actually have a blue marker, so you can just pretend this is my blue square. And then in the problem set, it tells you to trace the square with red. So I'm going to go around the edge with my red marker. Okay. Now, you may have heard the word perimeter before. Perimeter is the outside of a shape. So that's the red part. It's the lines that make up the edges of the shape, the sides. So to find the perimeter of this shape, we would measure the sides and add up the lengths. So if I measured these, for instance, and I found out that each side was 2 inches, to find the perimeter, I would add the side lengths together. So I would do 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which equals 8 inches. You also could do 4 times 2, 4 groups of 2, 8 inches. The difference between that and the area is that the area is the inside. As you know, we learned this a little earlier in 3rd grade. The area is the inside. To find the area, all you do is multiply the 2 side lengths that touch. So if I ask you to find the area, you would just do 2 times 2 equals 4 square inches. So the perimeter is the outside and the area is the inside. Pause the video and say out loud, what's the difference between perimeter and area? Okay, so I'm going to erase some of this stuff here. If you have the problem set in front of you, this picture is all you have to draw for part A. So if you want to pause the video, go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's part A. Now, part B is asking you to do something you can't actually do. So I'm going to try to kind of show what it would look like. What they would want you to do on this problem is cut out part of this square and stick it over here instead. Let me show you. So they want us to kind of cut out some sort of shape. Let's say we cut it out and it looks like that. Okay. And I cut out this little piece here. Then they want me to stick that piece over here. So I'm going to put back that piece that I cut out. Now it's on this side. Okay. Then now if I trace the perimeter, it looks a lot different, right? These are not straight sides anymore. I have some wiggly sides. And I have to do a little more tracing than I did before. So if you have the problem set in front of you, this is what you should draw for part B. Now, which had the greater perimeter, my original square or this shape now? Pause the video to discuss. Well, part C is asking which one has a greater perimeter. This new shape has a greater perimeter. I know this because the red line is a lot longer than it used to be. Instead of just going burr, 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 like it did before, it has to go all the way around here and here and here and here and here and whoa, out there. The perimeter is now longer and greater than it was before. The perimeter now wouldn't be 8 inches. It would probably be 9 or 10 inches now. It's not 8 anymore. It would be longer. But did the area change? Did the amount of space inside the green stuff change? Pause the video and discuss. So the answer is no. The area stays exactly the same. We just took the stuff from over here and plopped it over here. That did not change how much space the shape takes up. So while the perimeter changed, the area on the inside stayed the same. So that's basically what it's asking you to do on the problem set today. On the back, you can answer all those questions based on what we just did together just now. So if you need to re-watch the video to help you, that's fine. But the main thing it wants you to understand today is that perimeter and area are different from each other. The perimeter is the outside and the area is the inside. If we cut out part of a shape and move it over to the other side, the amount of space the shape takes up doesn't change. But the line around the outside, the perimeter, might get larger or smaller depending on what you did. So that is the main message of today's lesson. If you need assistance with the problem set, please log on to math support today at 1:15, and Mrs. Real and I will be happy to help you. See you later.